It's a pleasant welcome to Star Television Network on Channel 21, and this is the National News Bulletin File with me, Sienna Wright. First, the headlines. A one-day public stakeholder engagement with students from the Institute of Public Administration and Management, IPAM, was held at the Miata Conference Hall in Freetown.
We try to move the airport from being owned by the government or being owned by a public utility to a commercial viable enterprise.
The Ministry of Health and Sanitation, in collaboration with other health representatives, on Thursday, 25th July 2019, held a news conference with journalists and media practitioners to mark this year's World Hepatitis Day with the theme Finding the Missing Million.
We all know how Ebola outbreak in this country in 2014 to 15 took us from a year.
This virus, the hepatitis B in particular, but there are five. But B and C are those that are likely to affect the liver.
The Deputy Minister of Health and Sanitation, Dr. Anthony Sandi, has commended the leadership of the Joint Medical Unit at the 34 Military Hospital in collaboration with the Ministry of Health and Sanitation in conducting a 3-day medical stimulation exercise on the Ebola virus disease.
Anywhere there is an Ebola outbreak in Sierra Leone, this facility must be able to deploy within 72 hours, be able to take in up to 36 cases.
The Honorable Minister of Basic and Senior Secondary Education, Lawyer Alpha Timbo, has officially launched the Free Quality Education Project.
I want to take the opportunity to officially launch the Sierra Leone Free Quality Education Project, Orange and the government of Sierra Leone.
And in sports, the Western Area Football Referees Association, in collaboration with the Sierra Leone Football Association, have certified over 40 new batch of referees.
Today, here to certify you people after you've gone through some very rigorous technical examinations on trivia and match analysis.
Those were the headlines. It's now time for the news in detail. A one-day public stakeholder engagement with students from the Institute of Public Administration and Management, IPAM, was held at the Miata Conference Hall in Freetown. Here is the story.
I am doing a transformational, Soratel company transformational plan. It's almost finished. That I will present to the National Commission for Privatization for their consideration. Again, since we are talking about foreign inward direct investment, one should not lose sight of stretching your hand across the globe to look for financing by the Sukuk in the Arab Emirates, by other investment institutions across the group. As somebody said earlier during the beginning of this session, he said too much of maybe foreign direct inward investment will lead to capital flight. Well, if that is it, so be it. But my personal opinion, which I am trying to push through for Soratel, is for Sierra Leone or Sierra Leoneans to own that company.
Aviation have been very significant in economic and and environmental consequences for both airlines and the airport industry. The airports were caught up in the environmental changes, leading to three key developmental goals. The first one is the airport's commercialization. I believe the business students here could have came through this word, commercialization. This word for us at the airport is the transforming of the airport from a public entity to a private commercial entity. In other words, we try to move the airport from being owned by the government or being owned by a public utility to a commercial viable enterprise. That is airport commercialization.
I believe this lecture is very much important to students in general, even though it was specific to financial services students and also to business admin students. But I believe being a student of IFAM, these are things we have actually been looking forward to see. You know, you cannot be able to learn everything in the classroom, but such a seminar can get you abreast with things that you need to know even out of the classroom. Because come to think about it, being a business student, you cannot be able to learn everything in the classroom. There are things you need to learn from people, from experienced people that are actually on the field. As you can see, as you spotted from the seminar, there are people there who actually are managers, people who are authorities in various fields, which I believe sharing those experiences is great for students, because these are things that need to be abreast on before even leaving the university, and they keep you much more equipped in terms of the academic work even on campus.
IPAM and the Business and Management School of University. And you see, let me make this clear that every nation is developed from business. Now, Salone blessed with resources, but Salone not get what it takes for transform the resources into finished product. And therefore, Salone need for invite investors then who will either mine with resources, right, and left money behind, or then try for help with for transform with raw materials into finished product. And so the essence of this not only for teach people them how for doing, but let them say get this understanding that then self will able find ways and means for able change the mindset of civilians that we self can able transform with resources from raw materials to finished product. And that's why then TDM would organize for make them people able to understand and make their mindset change of going to America. No, we can remain in Salone and make Salone with America.
The Ministry of Health and Sanitation, in collaboration with other health representatives, has on Thursday, 25th July 2019, held a news conference with journalists and media practitioners in order to mark this year's World Hepatitis Day with the theme Finding the Millions, and also to educate the general public about the danger of this disease.
Giving a statement, the Minister of Health and Sanitation, Professor Alpha Tijanwuri, said the World Hepatitis Day is often celebrated on July 28th every year, with a chance to bring the world together to raise awareness of a disease that kills about 1.34 million people a year. According to the Minister, the alarming rate at which the disease kills people has brought concern to the world, and the hepatitis B and C are the one that affected the liver that eventually killed the person if not treated at once. The briefing is to raise awareness to the populace about the disease, he said.
This virus, the hepatitis B in particular, but there are 5. There are 5, but B and C are those that are likely to affect the liver. This virus can cause liver cancer. As at now in Sierra Leone, there is no cancer treatment center, which indicates that you stand a very major problem on infection. It is therefore clear that we need your support for the rest of the public to know what to do to ensure that they are not, as you say, affected or infected by this disease. When we had Ebola, everyone continued to wash their hands up to 2015, 2016. As at the time we say Sierra Leone is free of Ebola, we have stopped that exercise. Well, hepatitis A is usually through infected food, infected water. And therefore our hygiene status is critical, is vital. We would like you to pass the message to the public that we should continue washing our hands after most things that we do. The regular issues to excrete waste, be it urine, be it solid matter. At times we leave the bathroom and come out without washing our hands. But this country, we are warm people. We shake hands all the time. We hug each other all the time. In other words, we are prime to transmit ailments by these warm attributes of ours. It is critical, therefore, that you are your brother's keeper by ensuring that you are clean at all times.
Giving an overview about the disease, the Director of Disease Prevention and Control of the Ministry of Health and Sanitation, Dr. Samuel Juma Smith, said the viral hepatitis B and C affect about 325 million people worldwide, causing about 1.4 million deaths a year. This, according to the WHO, is the second major killer infectious disease after the tuberculosis, and 9 times more people are infected with the hepatitis. The World Health Organization will release a new estimate for additional investment needed to achieve globally in the context of the universal health coverage.
There are a lot of publications being done targeting different cohorts, different people in the population. So prevalence among pregnant women is 6.2%, according to a research that was conducted by Alpha Uri, our Honorable Minister, very interested in hepatitis. That was in 2005. And also, it was also done among prevalence of hepatitis among pregnant women by Tolisi and all 1997, that revealed that it was 11.3% of hepatitis among pregnant women. And prevalence among blood donors, it's a routine. You want to donate blood, you have to be screened for hepatitis B, C, HIV, among others. 9.7% according to Yambasu and all that was actually conducted in 2018. And according to GEBA, the prevalence among blood donors was 15.2%. That was conducted in 2010.
The press briefing clamored with questions from different media practitioners across the country. For Star News in Freetown, I am Judge Elliot Sam reporting.
Well, the Deputy Minister of Health and Sanitation, Dr. Anthony Sandi, has commended the leadership of the Joint Medical Units at the 34 Military Hospital in collaboration with the Ministry of Health and Sanitation in conducting a 3-day medical simulation exercise on the Ebola virus disease at the Hastings Peace Mission Training Center, describing the efforts as the best possible way to determine the level of preparedness and identify gaps in an event of an outbreak. Compiled by our defense correspondent. The Deputy Minister of Health and Sanitation, Dr. Anthony Sandi, has commended the leadership of the Joint Medical Units at the 34 Military Hospital in collaboration with the Ministry of Health and Sanitation in conducting a 3-day medical simulation exercise on the Ebola virus disease at the Hastings Peace Mission Training Center, describing the efforts as the best possible way to determine the level of preparedness and identify gaps in an event of an outbreak. Speaking on the exercise, the Deputy Minister of Health and Sanitation, Dr. Anthony Sandi, said Sierra Leone's preparedness with regards to the Ebola outbreak in the Democratic Republic of Congo have put in place through its Public Health National Emergency Operations Center, apart from that of border crossing, which includes measures that would enhance surveillance for Ebola virus disease and other actual viral hemorrhagic fevers such as Lassa fever, and initiated mechanisms to update preparedness and response plans at all levels for acute viral hemorrhagic fever. Other measures, according to Dr. Sandi, include an initiated strategy to sensitize health staff for timely detection and response and to create necessary public awareness for prevention.
We all know how
Ebola outbreak in this country in 2014 to 15, it took us 1 year. We are never knew about it. And when that outbreak occurred, there were a lot of denials from our people, from our very selves. And even now, we have an infectious disease in this country in the form of Lassa fever. Before this time, ladies and gentlemen, the eastern region, ranging from Kolon, Kenema, Kailan, Ushebuma, used to be known as the Lassa belt.
The Deputy Minister of Defense, retired Colonel Simeon Nasiu Sheif, called on the public to follow the preventive measures which help protect against transmission of the disease and other diseases, noting that the live simulation exercise is aimed at helping to identify gaps and weaknesses in response and increasing the team's confidence in its ability to respond effectively to emergencies.
And where the Republic of Sierra Leone Armed Forces emerged as key stakeholder to seize the opportunity to develop and consolidate the understanding of the complexities involved in the coordination, development, construction, and staffing of the facility. So let me extend profound thanks and appreciation on behalf of the Commander-in-Chief.
The commanding officer, Joint Medical Unit at the 34 Military Hospital, Dr. Stephen Savali, intimated that the field training exercise is based on scenarios that are similar to real EVD outbreak situation, and the participation of both military and civilian personnel will be put under the stress of responding to real-life events of EVD outbreak.
Yes, this has been a long journey and a continuous process. The rapid deployable isolation and treatment facility, which we are going to simulate today, was established in 2016 with the support of the British government. And the intention behind its establishment was to be able to respond appropriately to any public health emergencies, specifically in this case Ebola. And the ambition behind it was that anywhere there is an Ebola outbreak in Sierra Leone, this facility must be able to deploy within 72 hours, be able to take in up to 36 cases, so we have a 36-bed facility, and be able to provide treatment without any external aid for up to 96 hours. With this in 2016, we have continued to exercise persistent training. This is the fourth simulation exercise we are doing. 2 was done at BMTC, 1 about a year ago was done at the hockey pitch.
The Ebola virus disease outbreak in Sierra Leone in 2014 claimed the lives of many, including children, women, the aged, nurses, doctors, and health workers. For Star News in Freetown, Sienna Wright reporting. If you're just tuning in, this is the National News Bulletin File on Star Television Network on Channel 21, and the Honorable Minister of Basic and Senior Secondary Education, Lawyer Alpha Timbo, has officially launched the Free Quality Education Project supported by Orange Mobile Company in implementing the Free Quality Education. Hilton John has the detail.
Without wasting much of your time, let me once again thank Orange through the Chief Executive Officer here for this initiative and for honoring your pledge. I now want to take the opportunity to officially launch the Sierra Leone Free Quality Education Project, Orange and the government of Sierra Leone.
As part of its support in the free quality education, Orange Mobile Company, in partnership with UNICEF, has officially launched the Free Quality Education Project in support of the government's flagship program in building human capital. According to Corporate Affairs Manager Orange Mobile Company in Desmond, Spain, since President Julius Maada Bio launched the Free Quality Education Agenda in August 2018, Orange Mobile Company, as part of their corporate social responsibility, launched a $1.5 million project to undertake its company support to assist the government succeeds in its flagship program.
Basically, let me give you the background to this project that we've launched today. On the 20th of August 2018, the government of Sierra Leone, through His Excellency President Dr. Julius Maada Bio, launched the Free Quality Education agenda in Sierra Leone, and we decided as a corporate social responsibility company operating in Sierra Leone to partner with government by investing into education, and we decided to give material assistance in the tune of $1.5 million. That is the background of this project. And we decided that after several meetings with the ministry to come up with 5 key projects that gears towards developing and assisting in the quality education the government is talking about. And these 5 key projects are as follows. The first one is supercoding, wherein we are going to develop supercoders to teach kids in school how to code from the ages of 12 to 18 years. The second is a menstrual hygiene pack for school girls. We all know that through research, it is stated that 1 out of 10 kids, girl child, play truancy or are absent of school because of menstrual situation, and they do not have the ability nor the know-how on how to carry it out, and especially the first timers. So we decided that we want them to be in school so that at the end of the day they can learn and they can achieve more. So we are assisting in that direction. Thirdly, we have what we call the inter-secondary school debate and quiz competition. For the first time in Sierra Leone, it's going to be of a difference. This one is...
The Minister of Information and Communication, Mohamed Radu Swari, said President Julius Maada Bio believes in partnership with investors that will develop the human capital through quality education and enhance the gross domestic product of the state in supporting the government agenda. Giving the keynote address on official launch of the project, the Minister of Basic and Senior Secondary Education, lawyer Alpha Usman Timbo, thanked Orange Mobile Company for taking the bold step to support the Ministry of Basic and Senior Education with 5 mini projects for the development of the growth of education in the country. Chief Executive Officer of Orange Mobile Company, Aminata Kane, said our company is committed to support the country's education sector and develop the standards of education in the country. For Star TV News in Freetown, I am Milton John reporting.
And now to round up the news sports. The Western Area Football Referees Association, in collaboration with the Sierra Leone Football Association, have certified over 40 new batch of referees. So let's join our sports correspondent Hilton John to tell us more on the story.
Good day everyone, welcome for today's sporting news. We start the local scene. The Western Region Referees Association has certified over 40 new intake referees within the refereeing family, supported by the Sierra Leone Football Association. It could be recalled that for the past 3 months, these graduates were in active training to become a best referee or better referees. The ceremony took place at the Circus TV Stadium under the auspices of the Sierra Leone Football Association Secretary General Christopher Kamara and also the region executive headed by Alhaji Senese Rashid. According to the Secretary General of the Sierra Leone Football Association, is calling on these new intake referees to maintain integrity and also pride. Here's the report. The Western Area Football Referees Association, in collaboration with the Sierra Leone Football Association at the Circus TV Stadium Presidential Launch, has staged a well-attended certification of ceremony in recruitment of a new batch of referees.
We shall be your friend is my friend is your friend. The more we are together, the happier we shall be.
The over 40 newly recruited referees, mostly young boys and girls, have automatically been added into the class of 3 categories of the country's professional referee system. A total of 5 referees are expected to depart Sierra Leone in August 2019 for a FIFA Beginners and Advanced Referee Instructor course, Futuru 3 in Rwanda. This, according to the chairman of the Western Area Referees Association, is an unprecedented development in the country's referees association.
Very important, and my role this afternoon is to talk about the technical aspects of refereeing. We started sometime in December, and by the will of Allah, we are today here to certify you people after you've gone through some very rigorous technical examinations on trivia and match analysis. Good news about you people, gone are those days, our days that when we can say a come down low in Creole, referee exam, copy book, and pen. But today,
he congratulated the Guardians for their performance for the past 3 months, hoping that they maintain integrity, as now they have a huge responsibility to portray the image of the country. The Secretary General of the Sierra Leone Football Association, Christopher Kamara, congratulated the Guardians, saying that they have more responsibility as a Sierra Leonean to expose and do well in refereeing. He said those that officiated the just concluded African Cup of Nations are just the same as Sierra Leone referees, but these referees maintain integrity and pride. He said he's expecting these referees to perform well in future competition, more especially in the Premier League, the First Division League, and also upcoming competition. He congratulated the region for a good stride taken to develop the standard of referees in the country.
Thanks to the organizers, thanks to the referees instructor, our CAF instructor and assessor, young referees, SLFA, WAFA, football stakeholders, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. It's a pleasure for me to be here on a very short notice, and I want to convey the apologies of Madam President, President. She was supposed to have been here, but she has another important assignments with the ministry. I'm here representing the executive committee, and I want to wholeheartedly thank you. I'm very pleased with what I'm seeing. I've had your own respect. What you've gone through, I've had it. In 2003, I was trained as a referee, but I never officiated a match in my life.
The recent development in the referee's family, Sierra Leone referee Ibrahim Ban from Tonkolili district has been invited by CAF to officiate in the final tournament of the All-African Games in Morocco 2019, to be held in Morocco from the 16th to 30th August this year. Ba, who is only 25 years, is believed to be the youngest referee to ever participate in a shorter tournament. And in the statement is the Secretary General of the Sierra Leone Football Association, Christopher Kamara, calling on the new intake referees to maintain integrity and pride. In the international scene, Manchester United secured a 2-1 victory in the ongoing International Champions Cup. It's going to be recalled that Manchester United the previous days, they also succeeded in the same competition, and now they got a 2-1 victory against Tottenham. Here's the highlights of the game.
Section, he was fantastic for them last year. Martial now. Anthony Martial through the goalkeeper and into the net. Martial scores his second goal in pre-season. Gazzaniga won't want to see it again. Martial from an acute angle makes it United 1, Spurs 0.
Yeah, good goal by Martial. He hits the target. I think it went through his legs. Keeper just got his foot to it. But again, a nice look.
Lucas Moura quiere pincharla. Lucas Moura. No exento de fortuna, pero tuvo que bajar ese balón, descolgarlo con la derecha, golpearlo, mordido, eso sí, con la izquierda con fortuna porque tocó en un zaguero del United. Totante, muy bien, para apoyarse en Ángel Gómez, el pase. Buscó con picardía el tiro raso al segundo palo para superar.
This is a better beginning for Manchester United in the pre-season competition, despite they were unable to get a ticket to the Champions League. In this season competition, maybe Manchester will be a better team next season. That's all for sports.
Thank you very much, Hilton, for that sporting update. Well, viewers, that's all we have time for in the National News Bulletin file on Star Television Network on Channel 21. I am Sienna Wright. Thanks for watching, and do stay with us if you can.